Hey V Team, thanks for tuning in today. I hope you enjoyed watching the Super Bowl on Sunday. Listen, Kansas City may have won the game, but Verizon was the big winner of the night. Everybody was talking about our ad with the queen herself. By the way, Billboard and Rolling Stone named our ad the #1 Super Bowl ad of 2024. Now, she can break the internet, but can't break the Verizon network, which on game day saw a jaw-dropping amount of data use in and around Allegiant Stadium. 52.34 terabytes to be exact. Wow. We'll share more of our scores from the big game in just a moment, but before we do, we have someone who wants the V Team to show up to work just as excited as Isaiah Pacheco was after the game when he used our network to make his first celebratory call. For those of you who didn't see it, we'll link the video in today's story. All right, now let's welcome Sam Hammock, who is joining us today to share a couple of HR updates.
Hey, thanks.
Hi, Sam.
How amazing was that phone call? You could feel his excitement to be able to make the call.
He couldn't even contain himself. He was like literally hopping and jumping around.
I don't know who Sandy was on the other end, but I gotta imagine she was just as excited to get the call.
I hope so. I hope so. Speaking of the game, did you watch it?
I did. It was a little slow at first, but you know, I was there for Usher, and it
Same.
turned out I was there for Alicia. So everything worked out just great.
We were there for Alicia, her, Will.I.am, so
And
many
then
people.
Bae slayed. So
Yeah, it was great.
Yeah.
We could talk about this all day, but
I know.
we're here for HR. So let's get into the updates that you have, 2024 priorities. What's top of mind right now?
Yeah. I feel like so much is happening. It's kind of this amazing time, right?
Yeah.
So I would be remiss not to give a massive shout out to all of the HR team. True thank you and gratitude over the past couple of years, but specifically last year and this year. Like, we've been doing such hard work, really leaning into the feedback that we have gotten through so many different channels from all of our V teamers about how to make this an even better place to live and work and do amazing, amazing stuff. So we're not done. We're not done.
Right.
Lots more to go. But true thank you to the team. And that also means thank you to the V team. Because for all of the work that we were doing, you know, we've had amazing employees who give us the right feedback, continue to cheer on the place to work, the place to be, and how to get great stuff done. So let's dive into what have we been working really hard on. And I thought we'd start with the why. Right? So
Yeah.
What is HR's North Star? What are we guiding to, and what guides all of us? And so everything that we do ladders up to elevating the V team experience so that we all thrive at work and in life. And so you can see a lot of all the work that we do goes around this. And that North Star is really focused around 4 main pillars. So pillar number 1 is we all think about, what do we start with? For us, we're starting with, how do you build a superior digital employee experience? So we launched V Team Central, we have HR Answers, but those are just the beginning. Instead, we want to make it so it's easy to do your job. It's easy to find the information that you want. And that does start with a digital experience, just like we would do for our customers. So a little foreshadowing there.
I like that.
But now we're also focusing on, like, how do you leverage that full power? We want to have all of this to create an end-to-end connected and personalized employee experience. And so we're going to embrace opportunities like AI, but also other digital tools, as we have been, to make it easier. And I mentioned like getting access to information and resources. We have so much stuff out there for our employees, but sometimes it can't be that easy to navigate all of those, and you don't need it till you need it.
Right.
So we have to make it easy to find.
That's awesome.
So then pillar 2 is all around like strengthening journey forward. And we've talked a lot about this journey forward, which is encompassing all the things for you to truly navigate and own your own career. And so this is all the resources that are available to help you do that right here at Verizon. So we're going to continue to expand on those things. We'll evolve the supercharged talent GPS, where you can go and look up those things. What skills do you need as you think about crafting your desired and ambitious career ahead? But lots of other things are in here. So again, based on feedback, we've updated the 5-point rating scale for this year to give even more differentiation for you as an employee, but also for our leaders, which will really deepen that focus on feedback and coaching that we're looking to create. And we also got even more tools out there, right? So how do you elevate skills? How do we think about leadership development? We just launched a new program called Raise the Bar for all of our people leaders. That's going to take course over the next 10 months. So really good information to continue to invest because leadership matters. So then we have pillar 3, deepening inclusion. And this includes all the work that we do across DE&I and our CSR organization. And we want every employee to feel like they belong at Verizon. You have to be able to share your whole self. And that means like we have to weave into the fabric of all of our programs this notion of inclusion, of belonging. It needs to feel like it's completely embedded in what we do and how we think about that. So it doesn't just happen. It's all of our responsibility, and quite frankly, it's a privilege to be able to do this and have an opportunity to make impacts in our communities, inside of our Verizon offices, and with our customers.
Yes.
So it's going to continue to be integrated in everything you do, but wrapping up those 4 pillars is the last one, and this is called activating your best you. We have done an amazing job as we think about our obligation and quite frankly our responsibility when we think about caring for the emotional, the physical, the financial well-being of our V team. And we have a lot of amazing things. But as we've kind of been, mentioning in here, sometimes it's not easy to find.
Right.
All those resources. So we're going to put all of that under your best you. It's going to have a little bit of an umbrella, but it's going to bring everything together so that you know how to manage and get help on your well-being, because we believe that if you can live well, you can work well. And we have a real obligation to make sure that that's set up for success as well. And so how are we helping people live well? So think of that as like a continuum of resources. We value the whole person, and we want you to truly feel that you are supported across the board. And we're always looking for ways to expand and include new programs and benefits. So a couple of new things that we did here.
Yeah.
So last year we launched Virgin Pulse, and that was in the US. It's coming very soon in a couple of months here to our international as well. I'm on there. It is an amazing tool. If you have not downloaded the app yet, definitely download the app. It's really, and it's engaging.
Your teammates who are on it.
Yeah, I'm in a really friendly step competition with quite a few V-teamers, and I'm not winning, so I gotta up my game on that.
You do.
But there's more stuff on that. We also have announced something called Secure Your Future. This is in the US, but it actually helps you pay down your student loans. So you have the ability to make student loan repayments into a long-term savings, and we match your 6% into your contribution match, which is really cool. And then we also are continuing to evolve some of our existing benefits. Like we gave deeper discounts on Gym Pass memberships and just so much more in those places.
Love Gym Pass. Shout out to my lifetime exclusive pass that I get every time I go in there.
And it's more than just gyms, which is cool. Like you can actually use it to pay the membership on some health apps as well.
Yeah,
so
it's
a really cool benefit.
It's awesome. So love everything that you mentioned. Any other sneak peeks that you can give us?
Oh, there's always more sneak peeks.
Ooh.
So on March 1st, we're also going to be launching something called Spring Health. This is a new U.S. partner for mental well-being and employee assistance. I tell you, I'm super excited about this one. I got in on a pilot, and so I was able to get in there and test it. The HR team is also kind of testing this right now. It's really amazing. It's your ability to actually get a coach or to get a therapist. And we all know, like, as we think about mental health care, like, sometimes it's really hard to find the person that you want, that you connect with, and just availability in general. So it's amazing. Personalized resources, digital self-guided self-care, and here's the cool part. As we roll this out, you're gonna get 6 free counseling sessions and 6 free coaching sessions. So think about career coaching. That's also included here. And you can pick your own provider. So really cool stuff, all powered on a digital platform that you can really tailor to you. So keep an eye out for Your Best You. We're gonna have a monthly newsletter for all the well-being happenings and resources that are going on, and download the Inside Verizon app, because then you can get your well-being tips and everything's connected.
Awesome. Well, it sounds like there's a lot happening in 2024 HR-wise. What I love most, though, is that the V-team experience, though, is at the center. Everything is very intentional and thinking about how can the employee experience things outside of work and have that funnel back into our well-being at work as well, which is awesome.
Yeah, spot on. And, I've talked about it a lot, but I do think that you can't have a brand that your customers love if your employees don't love it first.
Yeah.
And so there is a deep, deep connection between the customer experience and the employee experience. And it starts with us. And so those 4 pillars, there's a reason that the employee experience is at the heart of that experience. And so we're going to continue to do all of those things, making the experience better, because we can always get better. And this is where the feedback really helps us.
Yeah, well, speaking of feedback, I know there were a couple of changes to VZ Pulse. Anything you want to expand on that?
Yeah, sure. So we announced that we're going to be updating the way that we do Pulse. So we really have been doing every single quarter. In 3 of the quarters, it was a quick check-in. But when we got feedback from people, they were saying, I need more time to do the action planning. And I'm a big believer, the real meat of it comes from the action planners.
Right.
And so action planning and all the work that we do as a team and as leaders talk to their team and be transparent about what we saw in the surveys. So we are changing it up. And so it's 2 of those quick check-ins, which were 3 to 5 questions. We weren't getting as much meat out of those. So instead, we're going to be replacing those. We're going to keep the big full pulse that happens in May. That will still happen. And then we're going to have a check-in at the end of the year. But in those off quarters, we're going to deeply focus on our action planning. Really get into what did we hear in the survey? What were the comments that we heard? How are our teams talking about it? And allow us to personalize it for our own teams. So that's going to be a little bit of the update. But again, with feedback from our team on how to really focus on the right things, it's allowing us to also kind of evolve our processes.
That's awesome. And I know it's awesome that, you all evolved this based off of feedback. So I thank you and the team for that evolution, which is great.
Yeah. And, I think we can also use the time for some teams, because this is not about not having surveys, right? Or not caring as much.
Right.
It's, in fact, the opposite. So this also allows us to kind of do things, as a smaller team, which I think makes more of an impact, as we all have a little bit of our nuances and things that we need to work on that are unique to our own cultures.
Absolutely. Well, Sam, before we close out, any other hot topics that you want to share?
Well, maybe just one, because my list is long here, Raquel. But super excited about Wow Connect. And so last year we ran a pilot of Wow Connect, and it was a little bit of evolution from our previous Wows, which this comes off of. But it was so successful, and there was such a demand for it, that we are so excited to be bringing it back even better. So as I mentioned, this is an evolution, right? Because we had the legacy program, but there was a couple things that were coming out that we were finding. One in the feedback, but in the execution. More people wanted in.
Yeah.
And so how did we really expand it and get the great benefit of this program and the investment out? And so, we wanted things like workshops, live conversations, the power crews, peer-to-peer support. And so in March, we're launching the brand new season of Wow Connect, and we're going to continue to partner with our Wave ERG. And so huge shout out to Wave. They've been such great partners in thinking through this and how we're going to be doing Wow Connect and really helping the needs of all of our V-teamers. So tomorrow, Wave members are going to receive an email. You can go ahead and you can opt in for this next season of Wow Connect. And you're going to be notified because enrollment will open on March 5th. But space is limited. So if you want to participate, anybody that is a member of Wave can go ahead and do that. So if you're not a member of Wave, definitely go out, sign up for that ERG. Magnificent stuff happens, but also you will be able to opt in for a chance at Wow Connect.
Ooh, that's awesome.
Yeah. And we're also just wrapping up year-end process. So coming out soon. It's wrapping up officially on February 21st. So thank you to all of our leaders and V-teamers for setting aside that dedicated time to discuss your team members' 2023 performance and their goals for 2024. So thank you for that amazing work, for all the tremendous performance and progress. And my last plug, do not forget to update your career profile. So get out into V-Team Central. You can find these links in Journey Forward, Talent GPS, but really it's so important that we update that profile and we understand and we use that data for what are the jobs that you want? How do we help you craft the career and curate the career and build the skills that you need going forward? So tons of great stuff out there.
All right, well, you heard it here, V-Team. Update your career profile, set your goals, and get ready. We can't wait to see what's to come thanks to the HR team. Awesome update, Sam. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you.
Yes. All right, team, let's recap Verizon's big week in Las Vegas. Friday, we were live in Vegas with Jess, who was joined by members of our local task force and retail teams, along with Hans, Leslie, Kyle, and Joe, who shared how we were showing up big in Vegas. Plus, we had an exciting LinkedIn Live where Hans, Joe, and Kyle spoke with Eli Manning, the new head coach of the Los Angeles Chargers, Jim Harbaugh, and more. It was a packed week. We did good in the community by partnering with Gooder Mobile Grocery Shop to deliver groceries to those in need, and surprising deserving small businesses like Broad's Funnel Cake Cafe with the Small Business Digital Ready Grant. We hosted exciting events at our Verizon Live takeover of the Jimmy Kimmel Comedy Club with celebrity guests from fan favorite Netflix and Max shows. And of course, our network powered fans across Las Vegas with a reliable connection for the moments that matter. In fact, we have the numbers to prove just how many people relied on our network during the big game. On game day, like I said before, Verizon fans used 52.34 terabytes of data in and around the stadium. Now that's the equivalent of playing HD video continuously for 3.3 years. Data usage by Verizon customers was up 9.4% over the 47.8 terabytes used at Super Bowl 57 in 2023. And 70% of customers were using 5G ultra-wideband, and that's up from 63% last year. These stats are awesome, and a big shout out to the test force for all of their hard work prepping Las Vegas and Allegiant Stadium. Now, speaking of the test force, we caught up with test force engineer Brad Frank, who gave us a tour of Las Vegas and all the lasting improvements the team made to the city. If you want to watch Brad's full tour, check the link in today's story, where we have a great article with all the details. Now, I know I mentioned our ad at the top of the show, but seriously, if you didn't check it out, make sure you are following at Verizon to see the Queen attempt to break our network. Plus, we had 2 Spanish language ads running on Univision, one for our Total by Verizon brand and the other with J Balvin, who also put our network to the test by sharing his number with fans across the globe. We're happy to report that our network withstood the test, but J Balvin might need a new number soon. All right, now team, before we go, we do want to give you an idea in case you're still searching for a wonderful gift for your Valentine. Everyone goes for chocolates and flowers, so how about you knock this holiday out the park and surprise your special someone with a new iPhone 15 Pro with titanium on us. You can score this awesome deal with any iPhone trade-in, any model, any condition, guaranteed with a new line on Unlimited Ultimate. All right, well, that brings us to the end of this show. Make sure you head over to our Super Bowl landing page to relive all the exciting happenings from the big game in Vegas. Until next time, you're up to speed.